Cut. Hello. Welcome again to another episode of the Teddy Mack Show. Today we're going to be talking about messing with single mothers. Now, I call them single breeders because I haven't seen the real mothering since basically about the late 70s, early 80s maybe. And these women aren't building families from kids, they just having kids. Most of them never been married. And the ones who did get married, most of them, the newer generation, they not hold together long because they don't really know what it take to take them past a certain point because nobody's never really told them anything. Only thing they've seen is their mother have a series of dudes running in and out the house. They've never witnessed a man treat their mother the way a woman would be treated. They never witnessed the father protecting the house or treating her like a little girl and letting her. Let me tell you something. Women have this new saying now about, oh, he need to do this and do that so I can rest in my feminine energy. You don't even know what feminine energy is because you've never seen it. How you know what feminine energy is? From what you saw on TV, you never seen your mother, her feminine energy. You seen your mother always act like a dude. You never seen a man lead your house or seen your mother yield to a man's direction or wisdom or guidance or protection. So what you know about resting your feminine energy, that comes from being a little girl. Let me tell you where your feminine energy, where you realize how to rest in your feminine energy starts. When you're having a father in the house. When you grow up with a father in the house, you understand how to rest in your feminine energy. And the reason why I say that is because your father provides you with that protection and that covering to make you feel relaxed enough to just be who you are, just be a little girl, carefree, and just play with your little dolls and not have no worries. You know that when you go in the kitchen and you look in the refrigerator, your favorite snack will be there because daddy always take care of his little girl. Okay? So your feminine energy, you never even rested in it. You never seen it. If you was in your feminine energy, you'd never know it because you never felt it. Your mother can't make you rest in your feminine energy. That has to come from your father. That comes from covering. That comes from protection. That comes from an environment being so protective and so covered and give you with so much protection and covering that you just feel so comfortable with just letting your head down and just relaxing and just being in your feminine energy. No man is going to be able to make you feel like that because you don't know how to feel like that. You never witnessed it. Okay. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to I'm going to I'm going to review a show. Let me see. Let me put this guy on here. Okay. This show right here is basically, I don't really usually watch shows like this, but now I do content. So I watch stuff like this sometimes just to see if they can give you a true life example of what I'm talking about so you can understand where I'm coming from, because a lot of you act like you can't understand where I'm coming from. Now, basically, it's this woman. I haven't seen all of it because we're going to go along with it together, and I'm going to stop at certain points and interject in certain points and give you my take on it. But it's basically about this woman who wants this guy. This guy told her straight up, they just he want to be friends. He don't want to do what she trying to do. But here's the big thing, fellas. Let me tell you this hard lesson I had to learn. And it's not a brag or nothing. I mean, this is just reality. Man, look, if you can't just waste your time messing with a woman that you really don't want to be with, even though you make it crystal clear that you don't want to be in a relationship with her or whatever, it's not going to work because eventually she's going to catch feelings for you. Especially when you know how to mine for cold, if you know what I'm saying. If you know your way around certain things, you know how to handle things, they will start getting attached to you. If not just for the physical part of it. And see, that's where the catch-22 coming at, because if you do it and you say, okay, well, I don't want to do too good because I don't want her to get attached. Now you risk the chance of, not representing your abilities, and now you may get a reputation for being some weak shit, when you know that you're not. Then if give her just a light session or whatever, she may start getting attached. If you turn the heat up on her, she gonna really get attached. And not basically because she really want to, is because women are emotionally based creatures. And they're gonna get attached. As soon as you start slinging that meat on them, they're gonna start getting attached to you. No matter what you say to them, that meat gonna start talking to them, and that's just what it is. And a lot of times with guys too, guys get all turned out. It ain't no mystery in that, you know. But just like John Witherspoon said, I'm not pussy whipped. I whips pussy. Anyway, now we're about to get into this, and I'm gonna stop it along the way. Like I said, we're gonna talk about it as it go. I haven't seen the whole thing. I just seen like maybe 5 minutes of it, and I just figured it was something I wanted to do a reaction on. So let's go ahead and get into it and see what's going on with this show. I'm gonna cut in here with this right here real quick. I don't blame him on that. I wouldn't mess with no woman with no kids either. Now let me just say it like this: at a point in my life, the women I deal with, they were most likely kids to be grown or teenagers, so I wouldn't really have to deal with raising them. But let me tell you, if I had to deal with the situation of dealing with a woman and raising her kid, never again. That is the most unrewarding thing. Let me go big screen so you fellas can understand what I'm talking about here, because y'all don't understand. Let me tell you something. Raising another man's child is a no-no. If you meet a woman and you think she's nice and she got a kid or whatever, let welfare take care of her, or let her take care of herself. But don't step in and allocate your resources and your time and your energy and your emotions and stuff into somebody else's kid. Because at the end of the day, they will never, ever, 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 ever appreciate it. At the end of the day, you will get your face spit in for all of your efforts. I promise you. Trust me when I tell you. Don't ever do it. Don't ever, 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 ever be a stepfather to no kid. None. And it sounds cruel to say that because, what the kid do to anybody? Nothing. The kid is just a kid. But in the end, it's not going to work out for you. The kid in the end is never going to appreciate you. They're never going to appreciate the sacrifices you made for them. They'll never love you. It's a bottomless pit to nowhere. It's the most unrewarding thing you can ever do in your life. Never, ever, 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 ever waste your life raising somebody else's kid, man. It'll never pay off. Hold up. First of all, you can tell in her mind already that she's delusional. Because why are you worried about who's in his phone and who he's still in contact with if you ain't his girl? Now, at this time right now, you have explained to us that you know that you is just his bae friend, his little friend that y'all had y'all little thing, y'all hang out, whatever happened with y'all, happened with y'all. But you doing too much. See, this is what I mean when I say some women be reading from the wrong script. Just like when I say about these not so attractive big backs that just think they're gonna throw on eyelashes and a wig and a lace front and some tight stuff, and all of a sudden they're a dime and a bunch of cake on their face, and all of a sudden they're a dime. Nah, that's not happening either. But let's get further this, because this woman is totally out of pocket. Why are you going through this man's stuff and worried about who he talking to or how much he talking to his ex? That's none of your damn business. You ain't his woman. Stay in your place. Play what kind of text it is. If you ain't his woman, okay, if you are not this man's woman, then you shouldn't be worried about what no text he sent to nobody. And dude, you need to put your foot down and establish some boundaries and some respect. Because let me tell you something. See, let me tell y'all something. This about to turn into a backdoor relationship. Let me tell you how to always stop a woman in her tracks when she try this crap with you. What you do is you say, wow, what's our anniversary? And she's going to be stuck like Chuck. It's going to be like the AOL connected to the internet sound. Squeak, squeak, squeak. When is our anniversary? Then that's going to trigger her to be like, well, what are you talking about? I'll be like, well, you talking like you my woman. So I want to know what day it was that we sat down and talked about a relationship. I want to know what day it was we sat down and talked about expectations, boundaries, respect, and everything else to go along with a relationship. Because I need to know what it is that you expect from me, and I want you to know what you are what I'm expecting from you. I want you to know what the boundaries are. I want you to know what the levels of respect is going to be expected from you in this relationship. Okay? And that's the day. That's the day of our anniversary. So if you can't recall the day of our anniversary, that means we didn't have that talk. So it means we didn't have that talk. You're not my woman. So if you're not my woman, you are not going to be going through my phone. You're not going to be dictating me, telling you what I'm doing. You're not going to be dictating where I go and who I do it with. That's just not happening. Now, I'm not going to be blatantly disrespectful to you if we have any type of interaction, relationship. I'm not going to just straight out just disrespect you. That's not going to happen, because if we friends, and I'm going to treat you like a friend. But you're not going to be pressing the boundaries and trying to backdoor me and finesse me. That's not going to happen. Because I'm going to ask you the same question I asked my daughter. How do you finesse a finesser? How do you? See, this is what I mean about reading the room. Look, you got all the evidence you need, lady. You've been with the man for a certain amount of time, whatever, this and that. Y'all piddle-paddle around. And he looking at other women, and he's considering somebody else for his woman. I mean, if you was the one, he'd be considering you. He's not considering you because you ain't the woman. For whatever reason, we're going to find out, but, I don't know what his kid status is, what this other kid status is. It could be possible this other woman don't have no kids. And I'm telling y'all women need to stop having children without a husband. Because I'm telling you, when you get back on the market, you look different to us. We're looking at a woman that might have been married and had a couple kids through a marriage, and something happened. She may be a widow, or the dude might have left her or something like that. Whatever. It's going to look better to us with you have had these kids with a husband. But if you ain't had these kids with a husband and you just ain't choosing to be a single mother, that's not going to look good. We don't want that, because it shows irresponsibility. It shows lack of planning. It shows lack of discipline. It shows lack of structure. Okay? It shows lack of boundaries. Because, ladies, let me tell you something. Giving a man a child is the highest honor. And let me tell you something. I told somebody this before, they didn't believe me. I said, don't have no kids with this dude until y'all married. Oh, we engaged and this and that and blah, blah, blah. She ended up getting pregnant. They were still engaged. They had the baby. Time went by, no marriage. More time went by, no marriage. More time went by, no marriage. They never ended up even getting married. And then she walked away pissed and this and that. And I told her, I say, you screwed up because you had the baby first. You got to get the ring first. Get the ring first. Get the marriage first. Then have a baby. Because once you have the baby, it's like they kind of lose that whole motivation to want to marry you for some reason. It's something psychological. I don't know. You know, it's just like with men. It's just like if we go out with somebody, right? And it's an old school stuff. And it's an adult channel, you know. So you should be able to hear what I'm saying. And that's that. You know, if you triggered by me saying little certain things, then just go somewhere else because this ain't for you. But it's just like the old saying that if a man were to go out on a date, the best thing for him to do is to not simp on that date. Is to stroke one off before he go. Now, one or two things are going to happen if he do that. Now, if he's stroking off before he go, he might just lose his whole motivation and be like, you know what, man, I don't even want to be bothered. I'm good. Because it was all up here. It was, you know, now he has post-nut clarity. But pre-nut clarity, he don't have no pre-nut clarity. He like, oh man, his mind, he's motivated by that one thing. But once it's like, you know, like, man, I don't even want to go. Man, I'm gonna go out and spend $200 and she might not even give me none. Nah, I ain't going. Or he may say, well, we're gonna go out and I'm have to deal with her nagging or her dumb shit or whatever, and I don't want to deal. I'm done. Or the guy's gonna go out and he's gonna be more disciplined. He's not going to be all over her. He's not going to be over the top. You know, he's going to be more manageable, you know. So either one or two things going to happen. So basically, that's the whole principle, the whole metaphor behind what I mean when I say that. When I say that once the whole point of wanting to do something is vanished, then you don't want to do it no more. So you had these kids. I don't know if they by 2 different men or 3 different men. I don't know how many kids you got. I forgot. I don't know if it's 2 or 3, but you just look worse and worse, ladies. You look worse and worse. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible, and I'm not saying it's a simp out there that won't step in and try to be somebody else's father, whatever, or for whatever reason. You know, it happens all the time. But for the men that you want, the men that you say y'all want to hide this and that, and they don't want that. We don't want it. We don't. We just don't. And we won't get back to this because I've been talking to death. But I'm telling you, we don't want it, ladies. So stop it. And see, that's real right there. That's real, ladies. Y'all better take heed to this. Listen to what this man is telling you. Y'all so busy trying to be obstinate and we don't want to listen to men. You better start listening. This is for real. We don't want to be bothered with that. We don't. Straight up. Unless you're an extraordinary woman, we don't want to be bothered with that. And most of y'all don't cook. You don't clean. You got a bunch of mouth. And you think your degree make up for everything. Okay, you ain't talking to somebody who ain't never been to college before. And let me tell you something. I've taken honors classes and I ain't never in my life seen no class that taught me how to be a better father, husband, or friend, or anything. That degree is for your scholastic benefit. It is a tool that you use to navigate through the corporate world to become more successful. It has no bearing on your relationship. There's no bearing on whether you're going to be a good mother or a good father or a good husband or a good wife or a good anything. People need to stop leading with these damn degrees because they don't mean nothing. It's dead at this point. Unless you're going for something real, I mean something real, you're wasting your time. What are you going for? Let's get back into this brother right here. But they need to stop promoting shit like this because you have no reason or no good reason to be going through no man's phone. And let me tell y'all something about this phone going through stuff. Let me warn you. And if you think I'm lying, Google it and find it. I'm not going to give you the link. If you really want the research and you really want to protect yourself, you'll find it. They just passed a law, just passed recently under Joe Biden, that if you go through somebody's phone, that's a federal charge. It's a federal charge, and I'm gonna tell you why I know. I saw a divorce case or something like that was going on, and I think it was a divorce case, and the lady has told the judge that she knew her husband was cheating, and he was like, "How you know he was cheating?" And she was like, "I went through his phone and this and that, and I got this and that, and blah blah blah." So the judge stopped her. He was like, "Ma'am, let me stop you right now. Don't say nothing else. Don't say another word." And she steady trying to talk. He like, "Ma'am, don't say another word." He even surpassed her and told her lawyer, "Please tell her to stop talking because she's incriminating herself. She's incriminating herself in a felony criminal act that can put her in jail." So what I'm going to do is I'm going to recess court, and I'm going to give you an opportunity to confer with your client and get them and refer them to a criminal lawyer to handle this part, because she's most likely going to be charged with the federal law that just passed under Joe Biden, blah blah so and so. I forget the code or whatever. Go look it up. Usually I don't do that. Usually I come with the receipts, but something like that, you need to look it up. You don't want to go through somebody's phone, so you look it up. It's to protect you. All I know is if I see somebody going through my phone, they're gonna get the worst end of it. Don't go through my goddamn phone. There ain't really nothing in there. It's my personal business is in my phone. I have personal thoughts in there. I'm writing my book. I got chapters in there, stuff. I don't want nobody reading through my phone for what? None of your damn business was in my phone. Worry about what's in your phone. But I'm just warning you ladies out there right now, they got a federal law out there that you get caught going through your man's phone, your ass going to jail. Okay? And also, too, one more thing to boot that I forgot that the judge told the lawyer, the divorce lawyer, he told the divorce lawyer that they're going to investigate him too, because he was presenting evidence of what was found in the phone, the print out text messages, whatever. And the lady gave it to the lawyer, and the lawyer was presented to the court, and the court was saying that the lawyer was presenting evidence that was gotten because of a felony taking place, and he's part of it. So I'm telling you, you better watch yourself. Stop going through these phones. If you feel that way, stop dealing with the dude. Don't lie. I had to tell my cousin that. Stop telling these women you love them and stop getting all attached to their kids and stuff. Look, if I meet a woman with kids, I don't even want to meet them. I don't even want to meet your kids, y'all. Period. I don't want to meet them. Okay? Especially if they little, I don't want to meet your kids. Let me know when everybody's gone out the house and when everybody's asleep. I'm going to slide through, biggity boggity boom, and it's going to be over. And we're going to, or you may come over the spot and hang out. And we're gonna hang out and have a good time, whatever. Ain't nobody here but me. We're gonna have a good time. I'm gonna cook dinner. We're gonna do the thing or whatever. But nah, man, look, if you meet women with kids, man, stop even meeting their kids. Unless you think you want this woman, unless you want to be with this woman, whatever. Even if she say, well, I think it's time, I want you to meet the kids. If you know you still don't want to be with her, don't meet her kids, man. Don't meet her kids. And don't make her no promises, man. Be straight up. Be a man. Stand up. Stand up. Be straight up. Don't be passive aggressive and like, oh, well, I'll just let her find this and that'll turn her off. Just be like straight up, And if she don't get the message, and just, cut her all the way off, man. That's all I can tell you. Now, I didn't see this part. But if dudes say yes, based on what I've seen so far, it ain't gonna last. It ain't gonna last. Because this was a backdoor relationship. She didn't come in through the front door. She went around the kids and around all his objections, and knowing that that's going to play a factor. Okay, we don't know nothing about the father. What about the father to the kids? Where's the father at? Where does he play a factor? Let me tell you something. I don't care what another man do for another man's kids. Blood is thicker than mud. And one day, even if you had the terriblest, worst father in the world, the kids come looking for their father. The kids yearn that relationship with their father no matter what. So, dude, I don't, I'm telling you, you're making it. I don't know what decision you're about to make. I paused it right there just to see. But we're going to see where you go. If you take this relationship, it ain't going to last long. And it's going to do more damage in the long run. It's going to end up ruining everything. See, right here, see, this is where I say that women do not know when to quit. They don't know when to quit. They don't know when enough is enough. They don't know when to stop. Most women don't. Most women spend their whole life poking the bear. She don't know when to stop. The man already said what it is, and guess what's going to happen? This whole thing is going to implode in her face, because now that if he makes that decision to get with her and say he's going to be with her, now what you see right now, that's nothing. Those demands and those actions and those behaviors are going to magnify 100%, because she not even in the driver's seat yet. She wants somebody going through his phone. She out of these questions. She answering all these questions. She went to check in with her, and that ain't even a relationship. Imagine if they was in a relationship, dude. I don't know what you're going to do, but I'm just telling you right now. If he does say yes, it's the end. And she's going to be the big loser, because he was there for her. He did for her kids. He was the plus in her life. If she lose him, then she's the big loser. He ain't losing nothing, because he still got the other woman from 7 years he can always go back and hang out with. He probably still dealing with. So, you got to understand and know how to pick your battles and when to push forward. And she don't know when to push forward. So now here's the moment of truth. Let's see what happened. Shorty, Lucy, let me explain something to you. You just lost. I guarantee you, it's a wrap for that. Give it about maybe 3 or 4 more months, if that, it's over. Because she's going to eventually push dude away. Because let me tell you something, the common sense and the upbringing from his family is going to win out. He all his feelings and emotion like a woman now, but it's going to win out sooner or later. It's upbringing, what the Bible say, train up a child the way it will go, and it will always go that way, basically, to paraphrase. And guess what? Even to this day, things that I got from my mother and father and grandfather and the elders around me, I still don't stray from it. Actually, I've started to fall more and more back into it. Their conservative ways, their ways of just being a certain way about certain stuff, where I used to be a different way. And I'm telling you, this is not going to meld right with this dude. This dude wants his own family. He do not want to raise somebody else's kids. Lady, you just lost. Straight, yeah, all that shit look good for TV. But I'm going to tell you, she lost. It's a wrap for her. It's done. It's Dunsky. She think it's right now. It's not. It's the beginning of the end. I've seen it happen too many times. And Karamo, you ain't the only one that went to school for that. Okay? That's what my field is in. So I understand a lot of what you understand. You got the show and you probably went and got your doctorate and all that. But we read all the beginning books. We got all of the beginning parts of it. Okay? And I got life experience and common sense to make up for the rest. So it is what it is. But I applaud you because, hey, so far, basically good advice. A couple things I disagree on, but I think you just sunk her relationship with this guy, because you just told this guy to go against what his father and mother said, and his mother and father gave him the best advice. They told him what he need to do, and that's basically what he need to do. He need to find a woman he can have his own lineage with. What any man want. And that does it for me. That's my video for the day. Thanks for tuning in. And like, share, subscribe, comment, questions. Hit us off in the ttmscomments@gmail.com. Any type of questions or shows, anything you want me to react to, drop it like it's hot. And until next time, T-Mac up out of here. Let's go. I'm gone. I was gonna come back and cut the food with y'all, but you know what? I'm just gonna get out of here. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for your support. See you next time.